Yeah, because of the heat, because of bacteria and everything, a lot of people die from diarrhea and diseases like that. So hydration is like a must. It's not maybe, it's a must. So this is a packet which follows the WHO's recipe for the hydration of the body, all the salts of the hydration of the body. You can take a picture and get the content and everything. But magnesium, magnesium comes in not one, not three different types of magnesiums, but there's 7 magnesiums that are good for hydration. 7 different magnesiums that can be, taken that are good for hydration. So you see in this packet, it's not mentioning magnesium at all. Potassium is there and sodium is there. Sodium in 2 different types. But the magnesium is not even there. But the magnesium is very important for hydration of the muscles and everything. So this was made with the object that it's not to cure you, it's just to make sure you make it to the hospital and they're able to take more money from you. Yeah, this just gets you through the problem a little bit. And verification can be made easy. This is from Nariyal Pani. This is coconut water powder. Sometimes there may be an objection that the coconut is a sacred article. Of course it's a sacred article. It's used in puja, it's used everywhere. It's even like the substitute that was really propagated during Buddha's time. Instead of sacrificing an animal, you can get more benefit by just offering a coconut. How do you like that? This has a lot of potency. Now, if we go into the, I can't read it, it's just so small. We'll see if we can get it better. We see magnesium. We see the chlorides. We see the potassium and the different sodiums that are. This is Mother Nature's. This, even if you can mechanically try to duplicate this, you're not going to get the next level down. In this packet is Mother Nature's remedy for dehydration. And just not a selling point or anything, but I bought 100 packets. They come out to be about 1,600 or 16 rupees for a packet. And this is selling around, let's see what it says there. It doesn't say the actual, but it's usually about 32. It's usually about 32 a packet. So here I am getting Mother Nature's help. And I'll just go another step. In the other yugas, what would be considered here, because the coconut represents like the biggest offering of Lakshmi, or you could start, like right now it's Ramachandra's appearance date, so it's like the biggest offering of Sita to Ram. This is the process. You're offering sita to Ram, and you're using the coconut to satisfy. Okay, so it is a very sacred object. It's not to be degraded. But try to get a water coconut in 3/4 of the world. You don't find water coconuts. So what is the logic of, this is the only thing that'll do this, and you have to beat your brain out just to go get it, to offer it up, when the packet contains. Now, the difference between the packet, it has the water coconut, the water itself, it doesn't have any fat in it. So there's no things that will restrain your body from absorbing it. Your body will not be restrained from absorbing this at all. It'll naturally go into your cells and everything. And a little packet like that will help you hydrate your body. I take about 2, the least I take is 2, and actually 3 sometimes, to get the hydration up even more. So, here, nature. Here, mechanical. Here, you have every level. So I'm trying to come to a point that this is a water coconut. This is something that can, obviously it's going to help your health. And in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, we know that Lakshmi has taken a hidden position. And that mantra was given by Mahaprabhu himself to Srivas and Advaitacharya. They were speaking one time together, and he says that Lakshmi, because they made it, Srivas said that Lakshmi was gone and Vishnupriya was now here. So he was corrected by Mahaprabhu that she has just taken a hidden position, but a hidden position for a certain support. So she is supporting bhakti. Shri and she, they sound the same. Shri is supporting bhakti. So they're both there. So now I have in my hand, a remnants or representative of what I would call Lakshmi Priya Devi. This is my remnant of Lakshmi Priya Devi in the form of the natural coconut water. And then I can offer this with firm conviction that the benefits, I'm not trying to steal something from Lakshmi, nor I am misusing Lakshmi. I'm in a situation that she wants to serve Shri. Shri wants to serve Prem Bhakti. Boo, Vishnupriya is Boo. So Shri wants to serve Boo, and I'm just a vehicle because I'm trying to serve Nitai Gaur. So I hope you get the connection. In other words, I have nothing against this being offered as a water coconut. Maybe absent of all the fat that comes from the coconut. I'll balance that out too. But Shri is here to help me. And like I said, I buy about 100 little packets, and that comes down to about 16 rupees each little packet. So I'm definitely not in in a condition where I can carry a water coconut, or that I can go buy a water coconut, and with this I can do it. Now, there's two processes of doing this. There's one prospect, which is the heat prospect. It's not. I'm not saying it's totally wrong, because this is cheap, easy, and everything. But it doesn't have the same effect, and it definitely doesn't have the same effect as the freeze dried. This is the heat sprayed. It's sprayed like for us to understand this more, that you heat spray it like they're spraying milk. You heat spray it, and it becomes powdered milk. The milk is put on a copper plate, and it's spinning at a high speed, and then it's sprayed over, and the heat is hit on it, and it's a really strong heat. So this one isn't as effective as the freeze dried. So this is the same content. I think it's about, what is it? 23 grams. Yeah, 23 grams. Approximately 10 to 3 grams in this. So the same content that you're paying about 30 rupees, you're paying even less than 16 rupees. The same content. So for me to, I'm a speculator already, and it's easy for me to get lost in speculation. So I would not just dare, I will openly say that this is a water coconut, and I offer it, think about it, and everything as a water coconut. And I'm not going to carry and many times you open these water coconuts and they're not even what you expected. So, and also the marking on these, I don't know if it'd be difficult for its shipping and everything, because this is marked down as its contents should be used within a month. So I got until April, last part of April, to go ahead and use it. It's just made right from the factory. But I don't know how you can take advantage of it in the rest of the part of the world. But even if it's a little bit over, I would take advantage of this stuff, because hydration is if you don't have good hydration, your muscles can't work, your bones can't work. So nowadays, because of the situation, it's better to do something to have a good hydration. So this, certainly I'll buy it anywhere in emergency cases. But also, this is made by the WHO. And an inside story that shouldn't even be repeated, but an inside story. A scientist, was asked to make a hydration powder. So he did, he made the hydration powder. And then after making the hydration powder, he went ahead and started producing it. Well, he left, and then they changed, and they took the magnesium out. So, of course, he came back, and he was the one that had begun that, so he put the magnesium back in there, and he vanished. Because this only helps you to get to the hospital. It doesn't give you the full force. And a matter of fact, it doesn't even satisfy hardly any of it, because it doesn't contain, it's mechanically put together. Bruce, as soon as you say mechanically put together, you have to add petroleum. A vehicle of this mechanically put together is either electricity or petroleum. And they're not going to put this here. Yeah. Urea, for the most part, if you looked at a video, maybe a year back, urea was considered, oh, this is the urine of the fish. And then it was considered, it's part of human life too, because urea, if it collects too much on your knees, it does some. So I even produce urea, and too much urea. So they produced this, and it sounded like such a natural thing. It's, it was like no more investigation necessary. It's a natural thing. But then all of a sudden you find out that urea plant, one of the biggest urea plants in that region where they're having a, like a blast, Iran and them, urea factory, the biggest urea factory are, and listen to the, like the object. The object is you take some petroleum and you produce some different grades of petroleum. And then after you produce these different grades of petroleum, there's a waste particle. And that waste particle is generally very hard to get rid of without it damaging something. So that is when you do the liquid, pressurized liquid, the LP, liquid petrol, and you're making your gas for cooking and everything. The residue is urea. So they've used the residue to make a huge plant of urea. And of course it was blown up. And why blow up something like that? Because they want to get rid of people by starving them. They want to ruin the crops in any way they can. So the aim and object of the urea plant being blown up is so that people don't have the access to urea, and you lose a lot of fertilizer. The obtaining of fertilizer is necessary for some. Here in India, it will take a little bit, but the people will just start using the cow dung and the ashes from their cooking. Yeah, that's natural. You put ashes from cooking into your ground and everything, or you use the cow dung for cooking, and then you put it on the plants, and it just gives so much oxidation. It gives oxidation. Oxidation means that the plant grows better. The plant's starving. The urea does it. It just, that is chemically made. Urea, chemically made. This is chemically made. And you don't know like, in an equation, you have to have an equal. And on that equal, you have to put it something to get the equal out. You can put so many ingredients together, but for them to react and come out with what you want, you have to put something in there. And that's what they do with this. I wouldn't doubt that it's petroleum based. I wouldn't have the least bit of doubt that this is petroleum based. And this, it came by nature in that form. This, they know about it. They know its potency. And this is to destroy the potency of this. Their aim and object is to control. Control the money, control the population, control this, control that. So whether you get the heat dried, which I don't mind, the heat dried, or whether you do the freeze dried, they say that the chemical, the structure is less affected by the freeze dried. Freeze dried, the structure is less affected. But here, the contents, it doesn't mention whether it's whether it's freeze-dried or, heat-dried. But they're just right over here near us, so I'm going to get a hold of them and see what the heck's going on. This may be just a small company. Not even AI knows if they're freeze-dried or heat-dried. You have to spray it with heat-dried. Yeah. Freeze-dried, you don't, and this, see, we say spray, so we say, oh, it's a big deal. No, it's a heavy-duty spray. It's like a spray that just breaks it up to very small particles. So the spray-dried is not good, but it's better than this. It's certainly better than this. But whatever you can get a hold of, And then just think of Lakshmi Priya supporting Vishnu Priya. Just think of Lakshmi Priya wanting to support Bhu. And then that Vishnu Priya potency can come through. That's how we take it. We take everything as much as we can connect with. We take it all the way down to Prem Bhakti. Yeah, we want to take it down to Prem Bhakti. Even the Purusha Shukta just like stops at a certain level that you want to go beyond. You don't want to just... What is it? Let's see if I can say. Om Tasmat Yagyat Savahutaha Sambrita Prasajam Pasum Sakadev Avyayam Arayam Gram Chaye. That is a verse from the Purusha Shukta. It says that yogurt and milk have emanated from the sacrifice. Yeah. But this is just how it has entered. We want to go where it came from, all the way to the place where that came from. These are just the entrance into this material world. So different qualities and combinations enter through, and they're glorified in the Purusha Shukta because some are glorifying because they can see the fountainhead, and some are just seeing how it helps them out here in the material world. Because another verse there is Om Triparura Daita Purusha. Okay, and that verse, I think it's the fourth verse. Let's see. Yeah, fourth verse in the Purusha Shukta. Sometimes, the Purusha Shukta is how the verse continues is like Prahlad, he gives a different lineage in the verses, but the substance is still there. So right there, it is pointing out that there is one process. Now, just take it to puja, because I'm pujari. When you're doing a puja, you take the verse, this verse, Om Tripadudav, that verse is for purification of all the bad effects. So before you begin, that's why it's the fourth verse, before you begin, you want to purify the atmosphere. Purify even where you're at and everything. So you take in, the Achman cup or Achman spoon, or I use it with a conch shell. And then you take the conch shell and you go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. 3 or 4 times, but counterclockwise. And then you meditate and you think that this is taking the bad things away. This substance is now taking all the bad things away. So when you throw it, you don't even throw it into the pot that you usually throw remnants in. You throw it over your left shoulder and get rid of it. So 4 times around over the left shoulder and get rid of it. You don't need the verse, but just have the thought. And then you take the conch shell and you offer it 4 times around to put good things in. So here in one verse, you're getting purification, get rid of the junk, and you're trying to go higher. So within this verse, there is the translation that this is the path of eating. But the path of eating means the path of enjoyment. So I'm taking away the path of enjoyment and I'm throwing it behind myself. And then oh yeah, some guys down there. Okay, I'm coming, Amazon, my dear friend, I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, so then let's finish this off. Okay, then actually you do the clockwise 4 times and throw it right into the pot. Yeah, you can throw that right on top of the deity and everything because you're giving auspiciousness. Okay, that's it.